The Church of Mavis Radio Show, Friday nights at 8 p.m., 7 Central, starring Jeffrey Pritchett with his co-hosts Wham and Jay McNicholas, right here on the United Paranormal Radio Network, UPRN 107.7 FM, New Orleans.
Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Authors Quill. I hope everyone's having a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are on our big, beautiful blue planet. I'm always anxious to hear where people are living now, where they're at, if they're in a war zone, a peace zone, a happy zone, an insane zone. Let's not talk politics, people. But, you know, we just like to know how you're doing around the world. It's, of course, I'm Joe Montaldo, and I have John Goodwin with me here this evening, and he's in FanX in Utah, just causing all kind of trouble. I seen him and Emily where they were tackling people down and stuff. It's crazy out there in Utah, people. So beware, Utah attendees. I'm just warning you at a time. No, it's not too late to attend FanX. It goes on tomorrow too, right, John? It goes.
It's overtime.
Oh, that's right. It's right. It starts at Thursdays. That's right, and runs through. I forgot.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes. Oh, if you're not there, if you're in Utah and you're not there, you only have like 2 hours. Oh no, 3 hours because they're an hour behind us.
So, yeah, so 3 o'clock. So you've got actually 4 hours. You got 3 to 7 to come in here, and it's just amazing. We'll do a little walk around. We're ready to go in here.
Go buy something, people. Yes, buy something. I don't care what it is.
Something here at my booth here.
Yes, yeah. Go buy something. Go buy something from Sarah and say Joe sent you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But be sure you harass her while you're buying the book. Also, don't buy a lightsaber. We're going to be giving them away at Christmas. So don't go buying no lightsabers. Just wait till Christmas and you might.
They're giving you a lightsaber because you sell a lot of lightsabers when you give them away.
That's right. Well, we give some away and some get sold. Well, last Christmas, I think we've done for 3 Christmases now, or 2 Christmases actually, and they do quite well for the retailer and for us. Well, they give away all kind of stuff. He just tells me what he's got for that week, and we tell everybody on the shows what it is. I think he gave away like 3 Kylo Rens, so that's the big red ones with the ones that come out the side that make the weird crackling sound. Yes. And there was Obi-Wan's. We gave away all of the main characters last year, plus some like these. They have different hilts on them, different style hilts on them. You can find them. He's got a wide range of hilts. I didn't even ask to see if he's in Utah right now. I might even ask him. Well, they're out of the UK.
What's the name of the company?
It's I don't know. I have to go find it. It's do I have it around here? Where's my book at? Maybe it's in here. Oh no, that's somebody else. Sabers. Lights. No, that's somebody else. That's not good. That's somebody else. We were trying to get this. The lightsabers are us. Is somebody else. It's got to be in the book over there. Well, when I go over there, I might get it. But guys and girls, I know his name. No, Jim. No, okay, y'all getting confused now. Jimmy Lee. We've talked with Jimmy Lee before. He's a guy from Lightsabers Are Us. He's they're nice people, but they were having issues giving sabers away. And then it's what's his name? Mark Relance. It looks like Reliance, but it's Relance. He always corrects me. But I met them right there where John's at 2 years ago at FanX, and
Yeah.
that's how I got this saber. They gave me this one right here, the one I was just showing y'all. Yes, pretty little saber. It's got the blue color on it. It's also got the fighting blade on it, so you can whack stuff with it instead of the glass blade. If you are there in Utah and you're going to buy a lightsaber, be sure. I mean, if it's going to sit on your wall, get the glass blade because the glass blade's a little bit prettier. But if you plan on doing what I do, I attack my dogs, my friends, and people come to my house, I attack.
He doesn't have friends anymore, but otherwise he used to attack his friends.
Yes, well, my stepdaughter when she stays here, I attack her. She had to go buy her one just because I kept attacking her ass. She'd come walking out in the middle of life and be. No, they're a lot of fun. I think make great Christmas presents. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? They make great Christmas presents. I was surprised. So it's like every time we gave away one, he sold like 3. Well, they get in the house. Plus, I didn't know he was doing this. When he mailed out the lightsaber, it came with a coupon, 50% off, up to 3 lightsabers if you bought them. So yeah, he was selling a lot of them. Well, the damn things are $1,000 a piece, man. I mean, come on. No, y'all think I'm kidding you? No, I'm not. The Kylo Ren were $9.99. One of the Lukes were $9.99. There was a Master Windu's because it's purple. It sold pretty high too. And then there was what's his name? He was Obi-Wan's instructor. I can't think of his name now, but his sold pretty high too. So. Yeah, no, the cheapest one we sold, they sold is $600. That's the cheapest one they carry. Now, when you get into the hilts that are not, part of the Star Wars world, then it's cheaper. Yeah, you can get them custom. They'll do all kind of custom stuff for you. Yeah, they're really good people. Look how pretty that booth is John's got over there. What do we got back there, Drab?
So that's the dragon from volume 39 when you were there 2 years ago. That's dragon head that we had there. And then this is our front of our table here with Rise of the Future. And then here we've got Battlefield Earth.
Sell all kind of good stuff, man.
And Sarah, and they're talking to these.
Oh my God, Sarah's looking different.
And then here's the various prints. There's the one you got
hair or something. Yes. Wait, oh, you can't see it tonight because I'm sitting on a different angle. It's well, no. See, y'all see that one on the left? That's the one John was showing you. Here, let me see. I think I can turn this.
Then we have people come up and get a picture taken with the big monster there.
Let's get the microphone out the way. There y'all go. Y'all can kind of see it back there. It's not lit up. That Kirby, that's right. It does light up. I was telling John that last week. I forgot it lit up. Well, when I first hung it back there, that's why I did it. I used to light it up, and then I'd put the lightsaber right next to it, so you can even see the lightsaber glowing in the glass. Yeah, because I keep the glasses clean, you pigs.
You just got the first edition of the Battlefield Earth. That's one with the 1982, so it's like mint, never been opened before. And then over here now we have Kevin Anderson and his wife Rebecca Mesta. And then here we have.
That's somebody just buying something in the blue. I thought that.
Yeah. Okay. There's Larry Niven. He's a world grandmaster science fiction. That guy there. And then Steve Sterling right there. He's a multiple New York Times bestselling author. And here's several of our winners from Rise of the Future. Julie Frost going all over. She's a specialist in. They're all like they've been learned well on how to self-promote from all the different things that we've done.
Wow, you gotta self-promote.
Yeah, you got to do that these days. And then you met Jennifer Mellon. She stepped away. She was an Illustrator winner last year. And you remember you liked that?
Yeah, that's the one in the jar. Yeah.
Yeah, we had her. We talked about last year. We have people dressed up in all kinds of things.
Crowd looks a little light today, man. It's getting late, huh? That's why.
Yeah. Oh no, It goes. Here comes R2D2. Welcome by.
R2D2. Arch is just cruising along like, what the hell, people? Get out of my way.
Oh, there's tons of people here. There's no.
Oh, yeah, now I see it got crowded again. Yeah, it must have just been a little pocket back there that thinned out.
Yeah.
It's crowded now.
Yeah.
What's that, Christopher? What do you mean, do they get worried about COVID? No, usually John and his wife quarantine when they come home. Not always. I mean, COVID hasn't been as bad as it's been in the past. I know everybody's been saying it's been up in the summer, but it's not going to keep me from traveling. I can tell you that. It's not gonna keep John
we
from
do lots of
traveling.
preventative stuff. You know, we
Keep the hands. I find if you keep the hand sanitizer around, it works better than anything else. I can wear a mask all day long. I'll get damn COVID. But if I got that hand sanitizer, I rarely get it. Well, because you're shaking hands with people. You know, you're hugging on people, shaking hands with people. So when I go out and see them, I probably shake 100 hands and hug probably 50 people. So not including we're in a group of other people outside of just the Writers of the Future crowd. There's other people staying at the hotel. There's other things going on in LA. So it's busy. So there's a lot of exposure. So just walking down Hollywood Boulevard is quite a bit of exposure. So, I mean, you know, be healthy, pay attention.
Yeah, you got to do that. And then if there's people around, you see somebody coughing, or you just like walk around them. You don't, I'll hold my breath. If somebody's coughing and I have to walk by them, I'll just hold my breath. You know, you just.
Don't go walking through it and coughing, people. Come on.
Yeah, so little things like that. And then don't touch your eyes or your mouth if you've been touching things. I carry,
you carry sanitizer
on my person. So every time I touch, I sanitize before I do anything else. Sanitize before you eat. Just you can't be afraid. You know
you can't because you're gonna. I mean, what you're gonna do?
That was created with the whole pandemic is make everybody.
Yeah, I mean,
fear.
You can't do that. You can't have all that fear going on.
You can't live life and go.
Cal, no, I legitimately keep when I'm traveling. So in my car, I keep a bottle of sanitizer. So anytime I'm coming out of a store, like if I'm in Lowe's or Home Depot or a grocery store, I come out and spray my hands immediately. But like when I'm with them, I keep a bottle on me. If not, I'll get one of the girls to get me one, and I carry it everywhere I go. Because I mean, it's just being safe. Because what do you mean you get offended? What? So if I shook your hand and then I clean my hands, you get offended? Well, you're just a dumbass. That's as politely as I can say that. No, I mean, come on. And I probably wouldn't do my hand immediately. I'd probably do it later on after I then shook hands with about 8 people and spread the disease all over. What's that? No, they're at Fan X in Utah right now. They're on the Writers and Illustrators of the Future's booth. I know I hate on them illustrators a lot for some reason. Even though I'm friends with a bunch of them. It's
I'm looking up here.
No, everything you see at the table's for sale. Yeah, everything you see at the table's for sale. On the tables for sale. Let me rephrase that.
I'm gonna go get Joe. Yeah, good.
Bring me lunch, man. She's insane. That was Emily Goodwin, whoever sent that to me just now. That's John's wife. She's a sweet guy.
Yeah, she's going to go pick up Joe Davis. I don't think you met Joe Davis. I'm going to be.
I don't know. The name doesn't sound familiar. Wait.
Yeah, he's come before too. He's a host on.
I lost you.
Lost me?
You're back now. You said he's a host on, and then you disappeared for a second.
Oh, on KSL, which is the big radio network in Utah. That's the one that's run by the LDS, Church of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
And so he's done a lot of promotions for Rise of Futures over the years. He was going to make it last year. He had he's Air Force, so he's Air Force Reserve. So a lot of times he just arrived last night back from Montana, where they're doing lots of preparations, unfortunately now, for potential things that might be happening.
Yeah.
So
getting them damn UFOs that keep flying over Utah. That's what they're after.
Well, they're tracking all the stuff in Ukraine right now, and they're just anticipating weird stuff. So they're gearing up. And Anyway, this is about science fiction convention here, so we'll keep it
Yeah.
on the good stuff. So Emily went to go give Joe over here. He's going to record some interviews with Kevin and with the other authors there, and then I'll at the top of the hour. Then when we're done, then I'll do another bit with them,
Yeah.
and then I'm walking towards the lightsabers in case this is the one that you're.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. They're probably not. Well, yeah, they probably wouldn't be in the same place anyway. Would they? Who's the guy with the chainsaw on his head? Oh man,
Oh, God,
no.
he saw his hands.
Even the kid looked up at him like, "Oh shit." What's that, Kimberly? No, the guy's got a chainsaw on his head. You don't see it? Yeah. No, fan exits. All of them that I've been to are great. They all are a lot of fun. A lot of costumes going on. You get to see a lot of things. What do you mean, a lot of single people? I'm sure there are. Since half the country's single, I'm sure there's a lot of single people there. What's that, Steven? Oh, you went? You been? Oh, you've been this year. Oh, well, okay. And you live in Salt Lake City. Okay, never mind. So, what do you mean? How do you get to go for free? Well, you have to. I don't know how you get to go for free, man. You have to know somebody.
If you figure it out, let me know.
I know. I was thinking when he said that, I was kind of like, well, I'm not sure how you get to go for free. No, really.
Pay for it.
Well, people, this isn't a charity event. This is the
No.
what
People
where John's at right now is this is all stuff for sale. So
Yeah.
it's broke up like it is for Dragon Con. It's a little smaller, but it's broke up like Dragon Con or any of the cons where they have whole sections just for selling stuff, and then they have lectures and other things in other places.
Yeah, I just finished a panel for Writers of the Future, and Emma did a panel yesterday for Illustrators of the Future. And we're coming up to the lightsaber place here. So this is Ultra Sabers. Ultra Sabers.
It doesn't look for me. I'm looking. Oh well, no, that's all them side ones. That's how he has. See that people how they got them all on the side right there. Each one's got a little tag and tell you how much it is. It's I don't remember that being a name, but it does look kind of like the. Oh no, I don't see what's her name there. Okay. The boss lady's always there. She's big, tall, blonde. Look at all the different colored sabers, guys. Look at that. All lit up for y'all. If y'all's enjoying it. All kind of different hilts. I mean, there are just a ton of different hilts.
Yeah, overall, there's I think 120,000 people at this show.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. What's that, Jimmy? Well, yeah. Well, it costs money. It's not like it's cheap or anything.
Walking back over. What's that?
Somebody was bitching about how much it costs. That's all. And you just so much to do. And actually, it doesn't cost as much as Dragon Con or Tampa or San Diego. It's actually cheaper than those.
I don't know actually what it costs because we buy booths and so we spend a lot of money because we have our space there is 20 feet, but it's a big we have a big square. It's called an island, so it's 4 booths making a huge square.
Well, because y'all need to have a presence when you're there.
Yeah. And
well, if you were walking around in there,
he's the owner.
Carly, if you were walking around there, if you saw that big red booth, that's where John's at. I mean, he's not always there, but that's their booth.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, y'all are almost always on a corner, aren't y'all?
Yeah, it makes a big difference. When it's more than a corner, we get a whole section.
Yeah,
because because we're good friends with the owners, they give us extra booth spaces that we use to bring in writers, so that they have a place where they can sign books. So we have like Kevin Anderson, Rebecca, Larry Niven, and Steve Sterling, and the past winners are all there. and we work it out. So whatever they sell, they keep 100%. We're not trying to make a profit on them. We give them a space that they can then sell. But because they're there, it draws traffic in, so we can sell more Rise of Future books. So it works out good like that. And
Yeah.
the contest continues to grow.
No, they always got a sharp looking booth, Stacy. Yeah, it's always good looking.
Yeah.
I've seen it at 4 conferences now. It's always good looking. No, I've only personally seen it in person at 2, but I've seen it like we're doing right now in 4. Well, no, John did Tampa and San Diego. We did it like we're doing here with FanX. Well, no, I didn't get to go to DragonCon this year. I had to frickin' work. Yeah, no, I'm still aggravated about that. So let's not be. And this I wanted to go to more than DragonCon because I like to drive up to Utah. What do you mean, Steph? Well, I would fly. I mean, it's actually cheaper for me to fly to Utah, to be honest with you, because I usually get 4 hotels on the way up, plus all the gas, and I usually get a rental car. So, yeah, it's usually cheaper for me to fly because I'm just paying for that plane ticket and the hotel. And if I book them together, I usually get a good deal. I book through with Hilton or somebody. Well, Hilton gives me good. I know people are expensive. No, I get suites for them sometimes for 150, 160 bucks. I'm like, no suites. You know, you get the bedroom is separate. You get the couch, the bed, the tub and the shower. No, they hook you up. Yeah, unless you're in a special event, they're not really that expensive. I know for DragonCon I paid it was like 175 a night. One of them I paid 300 a night, but I forgot where that was. Well, to be convenient and to be right there, it's well worth the money. Because DragonCon itself, it will walk the living daylights out of you. There's no way you're going DragonCon. If you're going to be there the whole time, you're going to lose.
20,000 steps a day here too.
Yeah. Now here you're gonna get a good workout at FanX. I got a good workout at FanX, walking around talking to people. Yeah, they had the whatchamacallit there. They had the cosplay people there.
You can see our booth that stands out pretty good from a distance.
Yeah.
The big red. Yeah.
What's that? What do you mean volunteer the work? John don't need you to volunteer the work. They got plenty of people to take care of their stuff. Yes, they do. Well, I'm glad you live in Utah, but you still don't need nobody to volunteer to work. They got lots of people that work for them. Yes. Yeah, they got a big team that does a lot of different stuff. I'm gonna start protesting though if I don't see Maliva at these things. I'm gonna start protesting. We're gonna start a movement. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get 200 people to write to y'all about why don't we see Maliva there? Y'all won't even know Maliva unless you see some pictures we've taken of her. You wouldn't even know who she was. Yeah, she likes to hide behind the camera.
Yeah, so it's just because this is our favorite show because we sell so many books here. This is, and then this is.
Because people in Utah like to read. That's why.
Yeah. This is the place we spent more money at this particular booth than any place so far.
But no, I mean downtown Utah was nice. Oh, what's that? What we got there? Fudge and stuff? Whoa.
Yeah.
Put some in that box and send that to me.
We've already spent way too much on this booth.
No. Tell Miss Goodwin she needs to go over there and pick me some fudge and mail it to me.
Yeah, she's already been there a couple times.
I'll send her some. Well, she's damn like the size of my thumb. She can go eat this stuff. Little Miss.
Look who's in front of me here. She's selling away here.
Yes, I know this person.
Yeah, you know her.
I know her. She's strange. Yeah, I know her.
So yeah, I got my earbuds on here, but Echo said, make sure you come see me. So this is Echo's booth here. Obviously, that's Echo Chernick. You just heard her a few minutes ago on The Professional.
Yeah, she was just on a while ago.
And she's here with all of her cats.
All kind of stuff up there. Uh-oh. We know about you cat ladies.
She came in.
Oh, God. She must love Vance.
Wow, yeah. And there's her
She's got some good stuff.
Yeah, I saw I saw your dog on the other side there. That's good. And then more stuff here. This is sexier stuff here where I know this is really good. I promise I'll come by and say hello to you and get
No, that
everybody
must be
here.
nice that she's at because she's. I mean, where do they live in? Washington,
Yeah.
Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, we were able to, because she's part of the family, we were able to assist on her arrival coming in here when it was already all sold out. So that worked out good. So
It did.
anyway, so good seeing you, Echo.
She's what's that, Martha? That's Echo Chonik. She's on. She's on actually just before this show.
Yeah,
Yes,
she was just
she's
on.
right on after John's and right on before this one. What do you mean, Reese? Oh, I don't know. I'd have to go look. I don't know what number played today. I'd have to go look. Whatever John's last show he sent me is what played. Yeah, I'd have to go look and see. You mean the show before? You mean Writers of the Future? Where's the book at? Why you want to know, Glenn? Oh, you want to buy the spot? Sure, I'll sell you the spot. I don't know if you how much money you got, but wait, you want to buy the spot because you're an author? Is that what you're telling me? Maybe the spot before him. No, you can't have the spot after the show. The spot after the show belongs to.
I'm still on the show here, but I gotta say this is why I'm going the wrong way there.
Hello.
That's Joe Davis.
Hello.
He's the one I was talking about from KSL, and so we'll be done with us at the top of the hour. Then I'll be with Joe
Really
here.
familiar for some reason.
You can do that.
So good to
If
see
you
you.
want to do that. You don't have to do that. but you
I'm
can.
going to do that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Joe for a couple of years.
He looks really familiar. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. He was in Major Heart. I mean, he was okay, good. We're selling a lot of these prints today. It's actually just sold the third one just now, and then she's buying another one here. Thank you. She owns about everything, all the prints, many signed books, cover signed books, and just a real sweetheart of a lady. I gotta have a hug with her.
Yeah, oh, you're nothing wrong. I have the ice cold.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So we got. It's good. We're able because we sell all kinds of stuff, all levels of public here. But we're constantly, as you can see here, this people constantly coming in and buying books. We just sell lots and lots and lots. So at least 700 books, but we're going for, we still have another 3.5 hours. So we're trying to get up to, break 800 books sold, which is a lot of books for 3 days.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hustling.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a nice booth that attracts people.
Our dragon has his eyes lighted, and that's good. And the big turtle, he's like 9 feet tall. So people just come up and they do the photo ops with him. They stick their head
It's a
under
good place. Put your head under his hand and
Yeah.
stuff.
So they just come over. They have no idea who he is. They're just cool. And then
What's that? Mark? No, they're in Phoenix, Salt Lake City,
Salt Lake
Utah.
City. Yeah, the place is where ours called the Salt Palace Convention
Where-
Center.
Oh, you're in Moab. You're I think you're like 2 hours from Salt Lake. I've driven from Moab to Salt Lake. I want to say it's like 2 hours, but it's been a while since I've driven it. So, you'd have to leave now because when John and I were talking, they had 4 hours left, and we're almost through an hour. So, yeah, if you leave now, you'll have 1 hour left when you get there. And no, I don't think they're going to give you a discount just because there's only an hour left. I mean, they might. I mean, I don't know. I'm not there, but.
Well, this person here, that's like if he wants to do it and drive that time, if he gets here, I will give him a badge to get in.
Well, there you go. I just if you leave now and you get there, you call me and I'll call John. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you where at. Well, no, we're not telling you have to go. You're the one that said you wanted to go.
Yeah.
I know.
I know it's that's a serious reach. And
yeah, I know it's a lot of driving for an hour, but well, Moab's beautiful. I mean, most of Utah is beautiful.
And there's a second floor. Do you see all those people up there on the top level? I mean, this is just the exhibition hall. There's probably about 60 panel rooms where people are doing panels. We just had one, a few minutes ago before we started the show. We just finished the panel, but there's thousands of people up there in the top row. So we're in the show floor, and I finally found Elmo. So it's people here they're coming to to buy on the show floor, but it's it's huge. I'll actually go up the escalator so you can see this side of the hall. There's another side too, which is not quite as big as that's where all the celebrities do all the signings and stuff like that. But this is I said 120,000 people that attend this thing. So it's really a big deal.
Oh, yeah. What's that, Christopher? No, they have food there. Yeah, no, they got food.
Oh, they got a lot of food.
They have food and drinks and all sorts of stuff. Oh, well. I forgot there was a bar at the Dragon Con. Girl made a killer whiskey sour. Yeah, I still haven't had one as good as that. I wish I would have got her damn number.
Well, you could have had it again, but no, you decided not to come.
Well, it wasn't up to me, trust me. Well, it was up to me. If it was up to me, I'd have been up there. Well, thank you, Pete. Well, I can always stay with my sister when I go up there. Well, I prefer to stay not, there. And no, I prefer to stay right there by the place because it's easier. Well, my sister lives outside of Atlanta, so she's probably about 30 minutes out, 20 minutes out. No, if Atlanta had decent traffic, she's probably like 8 minutes out. But, it's just how it is. I see somebody with a lightsaber. We'll see another lightsaber.
Lightsaber. We start seeing there's a lot of bodies here.
It's look at everybody going.
Next level.
Oh, the Grim Reaper's there. You better watch out.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're going to go up. This is the second level. It's the third level too, but I'll go up to the second level so you can actually see.
Okay, what are these guys from? Some weirdos.
I don't watch TV anymore, so I don't really know. I don't recognize most of these things here, but
what was it, Steve? She was hot. Who was hot? I must have missed it.
So there you can see I don't know if can you see through the. Let me just go to.
Damn, yeah, you can see all that. It's place is whack and busy, people. Look at this.
That's the show floor where we just were.
What was that? Carol, wait, what? Repeat? Oh, yeah, there's a lot of repeat stuff there. There's different people. I mean, you'll see, like, there's, I think, last year, when I was there last time, I think they had like 3 or maybe 4 people selling sabers. They had people selling high-end swords there. A little on the expensive side, but no, real swords, yes, because I collect swords. I went by to go take a look. And
a lot of people it's a constant flow of people like that.
Yeah, Chris, I collect. I put my collection online before I own 14, 15, 16 swords altogether. No, sorry, 18 swords altogether. Well, I have sets where you have the full, the mid, the large, small, medium. Well, they all have names because they're all for different things. But and then I have swords like the Highlander sword and other stuff like that. What do you mean pre-World War One? Most of the designs I have away pre-World War One. They're like pre-Christ, man. That's some of the samurai swords are probably designed off of swords like 2,000 years ago. And it's a steady crowd there, steady people moving all over the place.
Yeah.
But if you're in Salt Lake City, just drive down there right now, be there and no problem at all. You like your partner we was just talking to in Moab, he's a little ways away. Well, I like this year the way my company worked out. I didn't get to, but like next year, I'd like to catch like 4 of them with John. It's well, I always have a good time when I go. I like to go harass people while I'm there because you can walk around and just talk to people. Well, no, there's food at the places. Like here, there's food all over the place. There's snacking food. There's real food. Once you get your badge, you can go and come. So there's also food at restaurants nearby and stuff like that. What do you mean? No. So main reason it's probably on Saturdays is Utah's a little funny about that.
From the aliens.
Yeah, that's the robot forklifty thing. Oh man, y'all want to go get in there, guys? Like, go get your picture taken. I think that's cool. Somebody brought that in there.
Yeah.
Man, that girl had some long ass hair. Yeah, you seen that? That chick had some long hair. It's down to the bottom of her knees.
Yeah, all these people also have a lot of wigs. People wearing the hair for the favorite characters.
Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. What do you mean, Denise? What do you mean? Are there Mormons here? Yeah, I bet you there's Mormons in the crowd. I guarantee you they are. Just because they believe in God doesn't mean they don't enjoy good sci-fi or fantasy. I don't know why people get like that. Yeah, we are doing that show. Oh, you heard that last night? We are doing that show. Yes, we are. In probably about 3 weeks. We got a lot of really controversial shows coming up next couple of weeks. Not here. We don't do controversy on this show. No, we don't.
And this is about literacy, reading, discovering new authors.
Yes. Occasionally some good illustrators.
Celebrating the arts.
No, it's not. No, the show you're talking about will be done on News on the Flip Side, actually. And it'll be done. It's going to probably be a 2 or 3 hour show. And then we've got three crazy shows coming up on News on the Flip Side. So, well, I'm tired of talking about politics. I need a break. We still got 5 weeks or 4 weeks. Calm down. There's so much stuff to buy here, guys and girls. It's just insane. You could spend $100,000 walking through this place. Well, not everything is cheap. John and them have a lot of books at on their thing. A lot of different books.
Yeah. All the we have the full fiction line from Elwin Hubbard. Then we have got the Writers of the Future series, which you've seen. Every year we publish a new volume with 12 winners. Oh, this is the guy that created Flash Gordon. This is the artist that does all the Flash Gordon.
Wait, you mean this? Is this what y'all were talking about? Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Can y'all read it? There y'all go. John sent me that just recently because I've been a crumpy old bastard lately. Here, I'll do it again. You got it? There you go. No, really, I've been. Yeah, it's too hard. It's too much to explain on a radio show, but yeah, I have been a cranky old bastard lately. Well, just look at the different people you see walking around. There's people from all walks of life in here.
Yeah.
Little old ladies, little baby kids, people.
Yeah, so people that want to. People love. This is called fandom, and this is where people can just come in and they can dress up in their favorite, character from their favorite TV play. So COZPLAY, and they dress up, and you see people with all kinds of different characters here. Like some of the stuff I recognize, some of them I don't.
There goes Mario, brother. Chrissy, in the old days, I would have said there was far more guys than girls, but these days, there's still probably more guys than girls, but I'm telling you, it's getting a lot closer now. There's a lot more women walking around these than there used to be. A lot more.
Yeah.
There's just a lot more women walking.
Books that we have. There's a lot of books, and we just, I mean, when we started with Battlefield Earth, this thing was just a huge mountain. We had a huge mountain of the trade paperbacks and the mass markets, and now there's hardly anything left. And they just sell so well.
You know, we were talking about Mission Earth last night, matter of fact. It came up in a conversation on the news, and the flip side last night, it came up in a conversation. It was somebody had asked me about something epic to read, and I said, well, I'm listening to it. I said, but you can read it. It's a 10-book set.
Yeah, it's right there on they can call me right now, and I'll ship it to them.
I told them go to the damn website and buy the set.
Yeah, they can.
Well,
we sold a couple sets. I think we sold 2 sets we see so far in several of Volume 1.
Can what was that, Mike? Can they buy them in one book at a time? Well, I don't know, Mike.
Yeah.
That's why I just asked John. Yeah. So there you go.
Amazon and buy them one at a time. But...
So I'm gonna warn y'all ahead. Book 1's a little slow. Takes a little. They're doing some character building. By the end of book 1, you're kind of like, what the? I can't use that language on this show. By book 5, you're really like, what the bleep and bleep is going on here? By the time you get to where I'm at now, which is where I'm at book 8, it's a great story. All I can tell you is to go listen. They got some great characters in it. It's a lot of fun to listen to. A lot of satire.
Yeah. Volume 1, your Orson Scott Card, the guy that wrote Ender's Game, said you will lose sleep, you will miss appointments if you don't force yourself to set it down and talk to your family from time to time. You may be looking for a new place to live.
Yes.
Reading The Invader's Plan is simply the most fun you can have by yourself. Ironic, exciting, romantic, and hilarious. It delighted me from the beginning. Remember how you felt the first time you saw Star Wars? This book will do it to you again.
Y'all can get it. It's 10 books. No, you can't get the audiobook yet. That's what I'm listening to. But
that'll be out.
It'll probably be out by the time I get through listening. John sent me this thing like a year and a half ago, and I got to listen. And the first 4 books I listened to like in less than a month, and then life got a little squirrely, and then I got busy with a bunch of other stuff, and then now I've got a little more time to sit and listen again. I mean, your camera must be off because your wife's hair looks way lighter and Sarah's looks way darker. Do they like dye their hair or something? See, I shouldn't notice that kind of stuff. Guys are not supposed to notice that kind of stuff. I get in trouble for that all the time. Yeah, see, one's hair looks lighter, one looks darker. That's right. Pack that shit, you girl. God damn, get to work. See, they can't hear me, so I'm safe.
Until I put it funny loaded.
Yeah, so no. See, John can hear me. Yeah. Oh no, I torture him when I see him. Oh yeah, they torture me back, so it's not like it's not.
The flows are balanced for sure.
Yes, it's not like yeah. Well, no, as you can see, there's these when you're looking at this group over here, you got a lot of famous people come sit down and sign books or artwork while they're there. Well, no, John invites him in and says, "Come on, sit down, and y'all can come in and see him and get your book autographed, or buy a book, or bring a book, buy a book, do both." Bring a book and buy a book.
Right now is Kevin Anderson, and he's the one that writes all the Dune books that the movies were being made from. So, and he's written a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Yes. And, him and I got to have a talk next time I see him. What's that, Chris? No, I like Dune. I was just giving John shit. We gave away a couple of those big sets right there. I think we gave away 3 of them. And everybody who got one was just amazed by him. So
one of the most popular things we have here is this little 6-book package, Battlefield Earth, for the earlier editions of Rise of the Future and then Final Blackout. That's really popular. It's only $35 for the whole set, so that works out really good.
So y'all can go read. The big set I think is $120 or something. Oh, actually, if you go to buy it off our damn website, you get a discount. Yeah, it's still up there. I believe it's still up there. I've checked it the other day. It's don't bug me, people. I'm just telling you where you can get a discount at. No, you see like winners sometimes. People who win Writers of the Future sometimes will be at these book or art signings in the booths with John and them. Sometimes it's just famous authors and stuff like. Sometimes it's a mix of both. Well, you don't know. You'd have to be watching them or keeping up with them to know who's going to be there. I mean, do y'all post it on the website who's going to actually be with y'all?
Sorry,
Huh?
the director of talent just walked by and was handshaking. So, what about the people that'll be with us?
Well, no, we were talking about how sometimes you'll have famous authors or illustrators in there signing stuff, and sometimes you'll have winners from Writers of the Future, and sometimes you'll have both. But Renee asked, "Is there a place where y'all post who's going to be at your booth?"
Yeah, we do. Definitely on Facebook for Writers of the Future and my personal page, John Goodwin ASI. I mean, the show's gonna be over here, and that pretty much wraps up our shows for this year. I'll be going to Frankfurt in a couple weeks for a trade show, and then I'll go to London after that for some publisher meetings. But this is the last convention we'll be at this year. But the next year, we have it, we post them, and we always talk about you on your show. So
Yes.
we'll definitely get it out there to make people know.
Um, Renee says you got a. How did you say that? Oh, he's got a girlfriend named Hilda, and that feeds him sauerkraut and sausages. That's why he goes to Germany? Wait a minute. I'm sorry. That was just dumb. That's not why he goes to Germany. He goes for the book fair, but still. Hey, look, if they got good sauerkraut and sausage, I can go for that now. I can eat.
Yeah, the Frankfurt Book Fair is the biggest trade show in the world. It has every country. This year, the guest of honor country is Italy.
Oh, there we
Every
go.
year, they have a different country guest of honor.
Well, I mean, I know we have a lot of people in Europe listen to this show, so I mean, most of Europe is accessible to Germany pretty easily. So I mean, you
Yeah.
take a train, take a bus, take a car. I don't even think you have to fly most places. What are you talking about, Denise? There's no war going on in Europe. There's a war going on in the Ukraine and Russia. There's no war going on in Europe. No, Israel's in the Middle East. No, it's pretty safe for Americans in Europe. Yeah, you can go tool around. Nobody's going to really bother you.
Yeah, don't go to Ukraine. Don't go to Russia.
And if they start, just get an Aussie accent and say, "Hey, I'm from Australia." I might, I'm not from here. I might. I'm an Aussie. Yes, I am an Aussie. Them damn Americans are crazy, man. There's all kind of there's a lot of interesting people that go to the East. Yes, there are. I know when I walk around, I'm just talking with people.
Yeah.
Because usually when I attend conferences, I have something that says press. But when I was at the FanX and Dragon Con, I didn't. I was just walking around talking to people. And I know when I went to go talk to the cosplay people, some people had recognized me, which means something had dropped. Well, it's weird when you do radio and TV. You never know if it doesn't belong to me, if it belongs to a company. I never know when they're going to drop it. Sometimes they'll say, "Hey, look, in 6 months this is going to be out," or 3 months this will be out. But you never know. They don't ever give you a freaking date. The way I find it, it's always the same way I find out. Usually, I'll be in a grocery store or I'll be somewhere, and somebody say, "Hey, I seen you on TV that night." I'm like, "Oh, really?" And what was you? Because the first thing I asked him was, "And what was I on?" Because I don't know what because it could be ufology rated, it could be politically rated.
Yeah.
Well, they like to bring me on politics because I'm an equal opportunity hater. So I pick on everybody when it comes to politics.
Now I'm going to need to ring off in just a couple of minutes here, Joe.
Yeah, you got to go. I just looked down, seeing what time it was. Give everybody a hug, guys and girls. You can go to galaxypress.com and go get whatever you want to buy. Writersofthefuture.com.
And writersofthefuture.com. This quarter ends September 30th at midnight Pacific time. So if you're planning on submitting a story or art to Writers or Illustrators of the Future, get your stories in right now. And this is the last quarter for year 41.
2 days, people. Get in there.
Exactly.
If you don't get it in there now, you don't win. You're going to have to wait till book 42.
That's right.
And that won't be till 2026.
So thank you very much, Joe. It's great talking to you. I'm sorry you're not here, but
yeah, me too. Give everybody a hug.
This way.
And after a while, I'll send you your numbers over. I got them on my page right here, but I'll send them to you after a while.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
No problem. You be good.
Okay, talk to you later. Okay, bye-bye.
So that was John Goodwin, guys and girls. Y'all should know John. He's a regular. He comes and hosts with me here all the time, and then he's a regular in a lot of the other shows that he hosts with us on. And y'all can come by and check him out. What was that? What? So John Lee, you want to talk aliens now, huh? What about the aliens? Well, I'll take a couple of questions since you asked me. Let me move this over so y'all can. What do you mean? Okay. When people ask me questions like, "Are aliens real?" and you take a look at the universe, that's just a dumb question. Extraterrestrial life is definitely real. The question you should always ask is there life visiting Earth? Not is extraterrestrial life real? Because don't take this the wrong way, but only a moron would think that there's not just us in the universe. Well, I mean, there's just on our galaxy, there's probably 1 trillion or more planets, easily, probably 2-3 trillion planets, and out of that, at least 10% of them, 300 billion, probably have life. Now, at what stage they are, what evolution they are, if they coming or they going, where they are in the grand scheme of things, that could be anything. But still, there's a lot of life out there. Well, some of it's probably on its way out. Some of it's probably reached the stage where it's not really paying attention to anything underneath it. There's probably lots of stages like us, lower and above, close, and then all sorts of things in between. Well, when you fly up to our planet, the first thing you see is a beautiful blue planet full of water. So right off the bat, it catches your eye. And then you notice there's 5, 6, 7,000 little satellites ringing around the planet, which definitely tells you there's life down there. And then if you just zoom in, like on a bridge, it just looks like there's ants running all over the place. If you zoom in on any major city and just watch the cars move, it looks like ants just rolling around, like an ant farm is what it really looks like. So it's and then we're not a united planet. How can we not be a united planet? How is there 200 and something countries? Well, the number changes all the time, from 196 to 214 to 203. It just changes all the time. How can we not be a united planet? And we're not. We're a fraction planet. But partially united if you talk about the free world, America, a lot of its allies in the Americas, and in Europe and Australia and places like that. About 75% of the world in one way or another is kind of united. But that other 25% is a big problem. I mean, just in NATO alone, when you look at Russia and China, they're big problems. North Korea is a big problem. Iran's a big problem. They shouldn't be a big problem, but they are. And if it was a united planet, they wouldn't be a big problem. It would be dealt with accordingly. You should never hate on people because of religion. And no, so what Gene was asking me earlier, we're going to be doing a show on Jesus in 2 or 3 weeks on News on the Flip Side. It's not about religion. It's about the man himself. Oh, no, I'm sure there'll be cuts and pieces of religion coming and going, but it's not about Christianity, is I guess what I'm trying to tell you. Because Jesus wasn't a Christian. So we'll be talking about the man itself. The majority of the show will be on what is there that proves this individual existed. And there are pieces of work and writings from different countries and different people that does prove he exists. Now, and all of that, how much of that proves that he was the son of God, that's a big, but we're going to talk about all of that, all of it. I lost a job because I said one time Jesus could have been an extraterrestrial. Well, when you think about the miracles, that's nothing E.T. couldn't produce. I mean, really and truly, most of those miracles we can reproduce today. Maybe waving your hand to cure people, we're still a little ways off of that, but we're not that far. Pretty soon we'll have wands and stuff and phones and stuff that will be able to do certain healing properties. And eventually we'll have a system that cures everything. Well, we look at tricorder beds. We already have those now. And they were just a fantasy in Star Trek 40 years ago, and they actually exist today. And they're getting more and more advanced all the time. Walking on water, technically we can do that now. Not in the way they meant, though. No, we have those, whatchamacallits, those jet things that allows you to walk on water. But the point is, in 100 years from now, probably most of the miracles, 90% of them in the Bible, will be able to produce. In 1,000 years, we'll be able to produce every one of them. So why wouldn't an extraterrestrial race already be able to do it? Walking on water shouldn't be a thing. Anti-gravity, which we're on our way to making, allows you to walk on water. Curing people with a wave of a wand, that's something we're working on now. So that's the point. Was he a man? Was he an alien? Or was he the son of God? I mean, we only have the writings of people 200 years after his death. So, that's what we're going to be talking about. And you can bring it in however you want to bring it in. Everybody's allowed to write in or come in and get on live with us and tell us their points of view. It's not really, like I said, it's not really about religion. It's about the person. It should be a lot of fun. It should be controversial, but it should be a lot of fun. Rita, we've done, when my friend Stephanie Benetti, who used to be station manager and co-host of this show, matter of fact, her and I developed this show originally like 12 years ago. We did a show on abortion, which I think is well over 7 million plays now. It's probably one of the best shows ever done, not just by us, anywhere on the subject. It's really good. It addresses a lot of the concerns. It even addresses men's rights when it comes to abortions or childs and stuff like that, since it is 50% of their DNA. So all of that stuff is addressed. Yeah, it's a good show. So I don't really see a reason to do another one. Maybe I'll refresh it and put it on one of the featured things and y'all can go listen to it. It's a hard-hitting show. At first it kind of sounds like it takes sides, but when you listen to the whole show, you realize it doesn't. Well, because there's some hard-hitting statistics that we have to go through on both sides of what goes on, and those stats are rough. Oh, yeah, we talked a little bit about them last night. Those stats are rough, so you have to get through those to get into the conversation of what's what. Yeah, so no, that's stuff like that. And then we got a show coming up where they're going to just be talking about rights of everyone else other than white people. They're talking about actually gay people, is what they're talking about. Yeah, so those 3 shows will be hard-hitting shows. You seen that? The one I did in California? That was a great show. Them poor girls came so unprepared for that show. I know. That's what Jennifer said. She said, you let some old white man just kick your ass. Well, that's what they thought when they see me. They just figured, oh, what's this? First off, they didn't realize I was from New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans is either the largest gay population in the United States or second. I grew up in the French Quarter. So for us, gays is just part of life. It's nothing special. No, I mean, we don't look at it as anything other than anybody else. It's just part of life in the Vieux Carré. It's part of life. Eventually, everybody will get like that. Eventually. I mean, there's going to be some fights about some things which we still have to discuss, but it is going to change. My favorite book. I don't know. I don't. When it comes to books and movies and TV shows, and I don't know if I have any favorites. No, I like a lot of different ones, but I don't know if I have any favorites. And then, I might have some older ones that I like for some reasons then, some for now, some for... Well, the oldest one I like is a classic. It was the first color sci-fi ever made. Leslie Nielsen was the leading man in it. He wasn't a comedian. He was a leading man. It was Forbidden Planet. Yeah. When you watch it, it's funny because they got pull-out cords, they talk on, which 30 years ago or 20 years ago would have been the thing. But today, everything's wireless today. So it's fun to watch, though. It is. And the story, it's a pretty good storyline. Well, if they remade it, the technology would be much better. And the story would still fit in today's society easily. Yes. What they're talking about, the id. The id is the dark side of your consciousness. Yes. Some people just say it's your consciousness, so it's however you want to take it. But and then today, I don't know. I like a lot of different movies, especially sci-fi movies. Dune, I like the original Dune the best, the classic Dune. Yes, it's always going to be my favorite. Maybe it's because it's the first one I've seen. I don't know. I like all the Dunes. I just like that one the best. You mean the one that just played, the new Dune? I like the first Dune. The first part I thought was right on clock. The second one, I was a little disappointed by. For a couple of reasons, actually. the lack of magic, the lack of a couple of things actually, and then of course starting a war at the end of it instead of them capitulating. So no, I mean, yeah, well, no, that opens it up for more books. Is what it does. Yeah. Yes, I mean, it's stuff like that. And then, of course, there's always Star Trek movies and Star Wars movies. Even though I got to say, last three Star Wars movies sucked. I liked the characters. I just thought the movies themselves were like rewrites of the first movies. I know they were. They pretty much were just the first movies remade with a few things changed. I liked the characters though. I thought Ray did a good job. I thought she made a really good hero, a good Jedi. The pilot was good. Well, Lee is gone. Yeah, she's dead. She died in the second movie, I think was when she died. No, not in the movie, in real life. Yeah. And then, but I liked all the characters. I thought they all had good characters. Star Trek. I like Star Trek, but the new universe Star Trek kind of sucks to me because one, it's really just taking liberties in Star Trek where it shouldn't be. And even though the actors are good, I like the guy who plays Kirk. I like the guy who plays Spock. I like the guy who played Chekhov, but he got killed. I like the guy who played Sulu. Who I thought they were all good. The Doctor, I thought they were all good characters. I just thought the overall writing, that was just more J.J. Abrams. So this is how I look at it. The last three Star Wars were done by J.J. Abrams. The last three Star Treks were done by J.J. Abrams, and all six of them sucked. He's great for blowing shit up. He's just not a real good story person. Yeah, if you want to see lots of action, lots of shit blowing up, that's the guy for you. But I'd like to see some story. You mean Discovery? Why'd you have to bring Discovery up? I think it's the worst Star Trek ever made. Yes, mainly because it just went. The first 2-3 seasons went off on a rampage and shit. Spock's got a sister. Well, okay. Well, no one ever heard about that. We knew about his brother. Well, we didn't know he had a sister. Nobody ever said anything about a sister, ever. So that was kind of different. And then she started the Star War, the Klingon Wars. That's not how the Klingon Wars started, nor ended, for that matter. Yeah, they just changed the whole canon on that one. They just said, "Well, screw what has been said." They just foo-fooed it. That's why they went into the 29th century, which was the wrong century to pick because that's where the Doctor's technology came from on Voyager. They had to. They didn't have a choice. They have foo-fooed so much on Star Trek. Come on. The sperm drive? I'm sorry. It's the sperm drive. Stop that. The spore drive. Stop it. Oh, man. Anyway. Well, I never heard about that on any Star Trek. Even Section 31 didn't know about that until Discovery. There was a lot of bullshits. Yeah. Discovery tried to rewrite Star Trek. They not just that. Was there any straight characters on the series other than Berman and her boyfriend? I mean, the chief scientist wasn't. He was married to the doctor. The girl didn't know who she was. He, she, or it. Oh well, totally. I don't know what she was. She was just funny though. So y'all do know when you go through boot camp, if you can't pass boot camp, you don't get to be in the service, right? Whether you're an officer or an enlisted man. So when you see these people that are young, that are really, really, really big in the Navy, that would have never happened. In any branch of the service, that would have never happened. They would have had to get in shape to get through boot camp. Oh yeah, I know. I was in charge of the Fat Squad. Yeah, I went one night. I felt good, so I jogged an extra 5 miles. When I first got there, I couldn't even run a quarter mile without dying. By week 4, I was jogging 10 miles a day. Five with the company twice. We had to do 2.5 miles a day twice. And then I started jogging an extra 5. My company commander found out about it, had a fucking fit, and said, well, you're already in charge of these 2 divisions. While you're here, you might as well take over the Fat Squad. Well, that wasn't all fine until he told me if anybody failed, I failed. Yeah, some of these guys were, 300 pounds, couldn't even run a block. And they had to run, to graduate, we had to run 2 3/4 miles in under, I forgot how many minutes it was, like 21 or 24 minutes. It came out to about 7 minutes a mile. So my butt was out there every day, every morning with him, every night with him, every morning, every night. And I could have forced them into quitting, which would have cleared me if they would have just quit on their own. But I don't like doing that to people. So everybody, all 9 of them I had under my thing, all passed. Barely, mind you, but they still passed. They still made it through the 2 3/4 mile. But that's the point. You wouldn't have got in looking like that. You would never graduated. Because unfortunately, even though a lot of what it takes to graduate is mental, a lot of what you take to graduate is physical. Yeah, so I mean, it was just things you seen that weren't real. What's that, Christopher? Oh, you mean aliens? You mean does aliens have gay people? I don't know. Depends. I guess it depends on whether they grow their people or not. Well, a lot of races, or a lot of times when you hear stuff, even in ours, we want to start. Pretty soon we'll be able to use our DNA to form a baby how we want, make them smarter, brighter, and faster. And bad habits can be removed. Well, I'm not saying gays being a bad habit. I'm just saying if you can remove things like, you might want to steal, or you might want to drink, or you might want to smoke, or you might want to do this, that, or the other thing. There are other things you'll be able to remove too, and that's going to be a dilemma. Will parents do that? Will parents say, okay, if my kid has a chance of being gay, will they take that chance away? What do you think? Something that'll come up on the Friday show when we talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I said when you asked me, does aliens have gay people in their race? I mean, if they're genetically engineered, maybe not. And some species may think that's against Gaia and nature. So you don't know. We don't know. We're assuming, of course, which makes an ass out of you and me, that everything we do on Earth is what people in the universe more advanced than us would be doing, but that's a bad assumption. Well, one, aliens think differently we do. They procreate differently than we do. And a lot of them probably grow their babies now, so they're probably genetically designed. So a lot of that stuff just won't be there anymore. There's no way to know until we actually get an alien race to sit down and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Well, that's, you mean animals? No, well, that doesn't count. Animals don't understand what gay would be anyway. No, it's not an understanding that they have. Well, as far as I know, there's no gay dolphins or whales or elephants or anything like that. But that's, come on. I don't even know what to tell you about that question. Oh, you know what movie I did like? I like John Carpenter. John Carpenter's Mars. Yeah, when I can't think of his name. They made it. It's about 10 years old. It's not even about 8 years old. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's goofy as hell, but it's fun. Now, there was 2 of them that came out around the same time. One is much better than the other one is. Just looking at. Well, no. See, the Princess of Mars is the other one. That's not the good one. It tried to be a good one, but it's just not. Well, it's basically the same movie as John Carpenter on Mars, but they're still fun to watch. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. There was a series. I think it was done in the 70s or the 80s. It was 3 movies. They went to Mars, and They thought the Martians were dead, and they learned later on that the Martians weren't, and Earth blew itself up, and the Martians gave the humans half of Mars. The Mars Chronicles. That's what it was called. Yeah. Yeah. Robinson Crusoe and Mars is interesting. It's an old movie, though. Well, because the science in the movie is poor, because when you watch it, we know the pressure, and we know there's no oxygen or pressure where you can be walking around Mars without a suit. So it makes it a lot harder to deal with. Well, that movie was made before we knew that. That's why. There's a lot of movies made before we knew those things. So it's kind of funny when you watch them. Yeah. My favorite Star Trek movie of all time? Ooh, I don't know. Insurrection, Khan, probably Star Trek 2. Khan! Maybe. I did like the one when they went back in time to stop the Borgs, and they met the father of Warp Speed. Yeah, stuff like that, Well, you see, when I was a kid, I had to read all the classics or watch them. When I was in private school, it was required. We read a lot of classics. A lot. I mean, things like Where the Red Fern Grows, Old Yeller. It just, Gone with the Wind, all kind of stuff like that. Yeah, so you learn that, and then everything you see behind me back here, I've read. That's all the great philosophers and the works of the great philosophers. Most of it, to be honest with you, I've probably forgot by now. You mean, well, you know what? I don't have anything, any engagements coming up right now. I'm caught up on everything. Well, it's getting close to the holidays, so we don't do as much running around, but still. If you're an author and you want to come on a show, just write to icar@cox.net. icar@cox.net, yeah. Send along a copy of your book. Can't guarantee it'll get read, but we'll try. If we don't, it'll get given away. It gets put back here somewhere usually. It's they'll be sitting up here, and so people can see it. Yep. Might stay up there for 6 months or a year sometimes. Just depends how many books I got coming in. Well, this is the last one I did for Writers of the Future. Is this one? It's this one right here. This is last year's book, book 40. Don DeSantis did the artwork on the cover. There's 12 good stories in here to listen. I'm sorry, to read. Yeah, actually, you can get this in audiobook. You can get this one and the last one in audiobook. Whoops, sorry, guys. Yes, you can get them both in audiobook. 40 and 39. Well, audiobooks are easier for me. Yes, they are. Sleeping in the Wind. And what was that? Jupiter Ascending. Oh, that was with Miley Kuntz in it, wasn't it? It should have been a good movie. It wasn't a horrible movie. It just seems like it could have been better. Oh, I love. Well, you mean Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah, I like the first one. The second one, all the Avenger movies are just fun to watch. I ain't gonna say they're great movies, but they're fun to watch. I remember the first Star Trek movie when it came out. I remember bugging my wife to go see it. Well, see, I always had nice surround sound systems in my house, really nice stereos and decent size. Back then, the biggest screen we could get was a 36-inch, and it weighed a ton. But, it was nice to watch them at home. Today, I've got 70. I got a 55, a 65, and a 75-inch TV in my house. So all of them have surround sound built into them or hooked up to them. Eventually, you'll see one behind me. I'll put a monitor back there. Or I've got a projector. I might put it back there instead. TV series, I don't know, man. Sci-fi series, I just like them. The latest one would have been Altered Carbon and Expanse, though. Oh, and the Mars series where the scientists are talking. It's a Mars series where they go to Mars. It's a 2-season series, but they're also talking with real scientists in between the TV show going to Mars. I think it's just called Mars, actually. Yeah. So that would have been the 3 most recent I liked. I liked The Expanse. Altered Carbon was just fun. Just a lot of nudity in it. Oh, no. If you didn't mind seeing full nudity, then Altered Carbon. The science was good. The plots were good. A little twisty. But there was a lot of nudity. Drugs, alcohol, and nudity. Oh, and violence. Yeah, there was lots of violence. Lots of people getting their heads blown off and shit. Yes, it's not for your teenager or your child, that's for sure. It's an adult movie. Expanse was different. There was some nudity in Expanse, but for the most part, I would rate Expanse like PG-17. Probably my all-time soap opera science fiction was Babylon 5. Yeah, it probably was. It's just really close to how we're going to be when we get into space. Politically, mentally, technologically. It just seems more of the course that we're headed on, actually. Actually, I'm getting ready to go eat. Why? So you can write to iCar Cox. And if you want to get on any of the shows, whether it's this one, UFO on the Cover, and Science and Beyond, or News on the Flip Side, write to ICAR@cox.net. iCar@cox.net. Mm-hmm. Well, we're always looking for guests for UFO on the Cover. Matter of fact, I might even find somebody to do guest acquisitions for me. This show, we do look for guests, but Carmen, who works for Writers of the Future, does a lot of guest booking for me. But anybody who can come on that's an author, an illustrator, or works for a publishing company or something like that, yeah, you're more than welcome to come on. News on the flip side, we're talking about current news that's going on around the world, world news, local news, national news. Of course, it's a political year, so we're talking politics. But we also do special interest on those shows. So if there's something that's kind of controversial that you want to talk about, that's the show you want to write to. Unless it's alien related. Unless it's alien related, yeah. I don't think you mean. Oh no! If you want to send stuff in for Christmas, you can, or you can just give us. We can send it to you, and you can mail it direct. It just depends how you want to do it. Carly, yeah, you can write me at iCarCox.net. Oh, you mean if you've had an experience? Yeah, that's definitely where you want to write me. Just be sure you put something in the subject line, so I'll check it because I get a lot of email. I don't know. I don't know if they still do it that way or not, but you can write to them if they do. I'll send it to you and let you know. I wish we had the money to put on a conference. I would. New Orleans would be a great place for a conference, or in Atlanta, where my sister's at, would be a great place for a conference. Okay. Well, we'll find out. We'll probably try to set one up. One more question, then I'm gonna go. Y'all can. All right, 2 more questions, and then I'm gonna go. That's just writersoffuture.com and galaxypress.com. Galaxypress.com if you want to buy something. Writersoffuture.com if you want to join or submit something. That was Emily Emily Goodwin, that's John's wife. She's vice president of Galaxy Press. John's president of Galaxy Press, yes. And nepotism, I don't think it works like that for them. That's no, I know everybody was at the booth, yeah. Well, I meet a lot of them, and where can you get this T-shirt? You'd actually have to ask John. He sent me this because I've been cranky bastard lately. But so Donnie, no. So first off, you can't submit more than 17,000 words, and they have. I always tell people think of it like PG-13. But they have guidelines in what genres you can write in. So go over to galaxypress.com, writersofthefuture.com, I'm sorry, and it'll tell you everything you need to know right there. Yeah. All right, one more question. Well, yes, I am still sorry. No, that's not a real question, so we'll leave that in. But yes, I still am. Denise iCarCox.net. Well, if you're on my Facebook or Instagram pages, you can always contact me that way. Okay. Anyway, we're going to get out of here because I'm starvinated. Yes, I don't know. Sometimes I'm doing these shows, I get hungry. And it's like hungry hippo or something. Yeah, I do. I just get hungry. Oh, so, yeah, you heard. So it's weird that South America, Central and South America, the blood type is 98% O. It doesn't actually mention what RH factor, but it's O. It's probably 50-50, but it's very strange because the rest of the world's not like that. Why do we track blood? This show doesn't track blood types, but the organization I work for, ICAR, we track blood types. So for the International Community for Alien Research, we track blood types. We track a lot of things that anybody who says they've been taken, we've got a lot of things we'd like to ask them. Types of jobs, careers, what's their status in life, what's their mental abilities, what type of blood do they have, what kind of things are they seeing. There's just tons of questions. I think there's 80 questions altogether. Well, we just found it odd that so many people who said they had been taken, 65% are RH negative. It was just weird. We don't know what it means yet. We got some ideas, but we're not 100% sure if that's what you're asking. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's a lot we don't know. There's a lot we do know, but there's a lot we don't know. But that's for UFO Undercover, not for Authors Quill. Do I have a favorite publisher? GalaxyPress.com. You walked right into that one. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and the Authors Quill. Any moans, groans, bitches, complaints, or gripes, please write to Michelle DeRoche at michellederoche@outerrealm.com. She loves y'all. She loves to hear stuff. Yeah, she loves it. Yeah, she does. She said it makes her whole day when she hears stuff, good or bad. I'm serious. Anyway, on that note, good night and stay tuned for The Gray Zone with Michelle DeRoche and myself. Good night, everybody.